times a week. I had color blindness, was only able to see dark shades of color. I had catastrophic thinking, like, my mom would walk out the door to, like, go to the trash can outside. I'm like, oh, she's dead. Okay. Like, I had that kind of thought. Like, when someone was out of my reach, I thought the worst possible. Like, my mom traveled to Israel this year, and I was like, she, like, got on the plane. She's like, okay, I'm about to go to the plane. I'm gonna head on. I'll text you when I get back. I'm like, yep, that's gonna happen. And I was like, well, she's in the, I almost said Pacific Ocean. She's in that ocean. Bye. I'll see you at your funeral. Like, that's what I thought. I was just like, oh, okay. Not that I had a problem, but I had really bad anxiety. Like, I started having, like, body tics. Like, my head would just fling all over the place, and people thought I was having a seizure. But I'm like, no, it's just my anxious tic. Like, I would shrug my shoulders, I would do a bunch of tics, but I have not had one tic in the last 2 weeks.
Wow, praise God.
I started having negative feelings towards myself. Like, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. And I just beat myself down. Like, but and I would have people pleasing too. I would, like, basically steal my mom and dad's money to buy something for my friends so I can keep my friends. But at this time, I'm like, I don't care. If you like me, good. If you don't, deal with it. Like, so, like, I don't worry, because my anxiety was because of that. I would be like, oh, I'm scared if I say something wrong, I'm losing all my friends.
Like rejection.
I would feel rejected and abandoned. I'm like, well, that's the feeling again. But I honestly don't care what people think anymore. I'm God's child, and I don't care.
Amen.
I used to have hallucinations, but I have not had one. So, like, I was telling you, Troy, the day before I met Troy, the night before I met Troy, for the meeting, my parents sleep on the other, like, hallway, and I was like, okay, like, all the lights were off. My brother was still in his room. I think he was playing, like, video games or something. My mom and dad were asleep, but, like, I felt a presence. I literally saw the door open and a face look in. And then the face disappeared, closed the door, and I was like, okay, that was scary. And I looked out because my dad usually checks on me and goes downstairs, but no lights were on still. And I was like, I think that was the devil trying to stop me from going to the meeting tomorrow. Like, he wanted to stop me from basically encountering God's
Goodness, man.
yeah, healing and all that stuff. I used to sleep, and, like, I have not had one, like, hallucination. I've slept really well. Yes, I wake up, like, a couple times, but, like, I used to wake up in sweats, like, and, like, I would have to open, like, my door because I felt like I was in a furnace. But I've been sleeping really well, and that's actually the first, this 2 weeks have been the first time I slept, like, really good in about 6+ years. Like, I slept like 3 hours each night, but now I'm sleeping like 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours, so now I'm getting the fuel that I need to keep going. And then also my skin, so I have eczema, which basically is like, if you eat something, it's basically allergic reaction. Like, it's basically, I was not able to eat wheat, dairy, corn, sugar, grains, soy. Like, people ask me, what are you allergic to? I'm like, do you want the long story or the short story?
Everything.
And then they would say the short story. I'm like, I'm allergic to life. But now, like, my skin is, like, cleared up. Like, I used to wake up basically every single night scratching. Like, I would scratch until I bleed. Like, because I was like, oh, I should have not eaten that, and I was just scratching. Not self-harm, just, like, scratching on it. and like I would wake up and all my sheets would be bloody, and I would have like scratches on my arms, my neck, my face, and I would just wake up with a bloody sheet. And my mom's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know, am I?" But my skin is basically clear as a baby's butt. But yeah, so God has done a lot of things, and thank you, Troy, for basically. Actually, thank you, Eva, for inviting my mom and I. But thank you, Troy.
You're welcome. Praise Jesus.
But one more story. My friend came up to me about 2 weeks before I met Troy, and she asked me this question. She goes, "Erica, would you rather have $1 billion, or would you rather have 1 day of peace?" I said, "I can earn the $1 billion. Like, I don't really care about the $1 billion. But in the 18 years I've been alive, I've not had 1 day of peace. I would rather have 1 day of peace. And money can't buy peace. Money can buy whatever you want, but it cannot, like, the one thing that I want, it can't buy." And I said I would rather have 1 day of peace. And right now, today, I've had 2 weeks of peace.
Amen.